Good morning. This is Dee, Lady in the Woods. Welcome to number 2 of the Wild Edibles. This is Black-Eyed Susans. Pretty plant, huh? These are really pretty flowers. Look at that. Look at that. Black-Eyed Susans are in this Astraceae family, just like any other coneflower, echinacea, and they're really pretty. I think they're pretty. They grow just about everywhere. There's not a whole bunch of lookalikes. Like I said, they are part of the cone family, and you can tell sticking them up there, cone. These flowers have these little baby, see those little baby hairs? They have hairs all over them. I'm not gonna say they're fine. They're tiny, but they are still pretty prickly. The flower itself, to me, is not edible. Unlike the sunflower seeds that are edible, these are actually poisonous. Get you really, really sick. I love that. Look at that. The bee's going crazy. I don't even know what kind of bee that is. There's some really weird bugs out here. Anyways, back to the plant. The only thing I can strongly suggest that you do, because this plant, the Black-Eyed Susans, are diuretics, anti-inflammatories, are good for immune system. The Indians used to use it back in the day, especially to get rid of parasites, worms in their children, earaches, really, really potent for earaches. They also use them as in a poultice or a wash for stings or snake bite. Now, I don't want to get snake bite and test that theory, but it's pretty well known that they used them for snake bite. So from what I've learned and what I've studied, what they did was they would take the root out, pull the root out if someone got bit, crush it up, make a poultice out of it, and stick it immediately on the bite, on the snake bite. Same thing for stings. And like I said, I haven't tried that. I don't want to get bit and then try it, but that's what it's known for. Now this plant, I don't think I would use anything but the root. You can boil the stems and the flowers and the leaves and the root and put it all together and make a tincture out of it, stronger. But I would just stick with the roots. And the reason that I'm saying that is because unlike echinacea or sunflowers, where you can just go out and pick off the stems or pick off the leaves or whatever and use them, this plant seems to bother a lot of people just by touching it. More people have reactions to the Black-Eyed Susan just by touching it. And I'm just saying an allergic reaction, not a bad one, not anaphylactic shock or anything like that. But just, where their skin gets, it's not oily either. So I don't know what it is in it. There's no sap, there's no nothing. I don't understand it, but it has been known. And I was reading this medical journal, and when they were describing what they were using it for, what they're testing it for, number 1, the diuretic, 2, cardiac, 3, immune boosting, really immune boosting. That's why I'm saying better than the echinacea. But they did state in there that there seemed to be a high allergic reaction to the actual plant itself. So be careful if you're going to harvest these. Test them, as I explained many times to you guys before. Make sure you touch them first for a little bit and you don't get some kind of reaction. You can put it on your lip, put it on your tongue, chew it, spit it out. If you're going to make a poultice, do a very small area first. Make sure you're not allergic to it. I would hate to get snake bit. Pull this root out, crush it up, put it on, and find out you're allergic to the root. So while there's good and bad in the Wild Edible series, I still have to let you know that there are benefits to these plants, because these are everywhere. And if you run into that problem, it may not be you. It may be a family member or somebody else. Let them know what these plants do. Stay away from, like I said, if it was me, I would stay away from the flowers. I might go ahead and use the stems, the leaves, and the root to do a decoction, make my tinctures, make salves. Or if I was in a bind, I'd pull them right out of the ground, make a poultice out of the root. But for the most part, I'd say the root. The same rule applies that I've read as far as the studies have done, as far as getting rid of parasites. They use the root. They make a tea out of it. You're given 1 teaspoon of that tea mixed in, of the tea, mixed in water or juice or something like that. So see, it's not full strength, but they use that to get rid of parasites or worms. I'm sorry, I'm just sitting here watching all these bugs. And now Bella's here. She says, "What's this, Mama?" Flowers. Flowers. Anyways, that's it for the black-eyed Susans. I found a couple of them. I have another set here. I have one starting here. And then I have some more down there. So it's something for me to get busy doing. I think what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and start making from the roots. I'm not going to use anything else. I think the only time I would ever try that, like I said, is if we got snake bit. That'd be the only time I would take the entire plant with the exception of the seeds and break it down and use it as a poultice. Okay? So that's about it. Not very long for this video. There's not a whole bunch on black-eyed Susans. Just know, don't eat them. Don't eat them raw. Don't cook them and eat them. Just stick to using the root. Okay? That's it. I will talk to you guys on the next one, which will be very soon. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.